What is going on, people? Today we're going to go ahead and do some Colosseum because there is a new constellation and a pretty interesting one at that. Also, later on today, probably in around 1 hour from now, maybe a little bit less, let's just say 9 p.m. Eastern Time, there will be a Warpath stream on the channel, but the twist is that about every 20 minutes or so, I'm going to be giving out 25,000 gems from Lords Mobile. So if you want some free gems, hop over to that stream. It is their big iOS launch, which basically means their global launch because they're going to be out for all platforms. So in order to celebrate that and make it worthwhile for you guys as well, we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, let's go ahead and actually take a look at this Colosseum because this week is a little interesting. Sword wielding is the requirement, and the attack goes up by 50% and strength goes up by 35%. What does that mean? Well, for one, it means that you're probably not going to be seeing a lot of like petite devils and things like that because they are going to absolutely get wrecked. Now, I want to go ahead and go over the heroes specifically that are going to be highlighted this go around. But first, let's highlight the free-to-play ones that you're going to see predominantly. These are the ones that I would say you will see for the most part as a free-to-play. Death Knight, because Death Knight as a tank is more of an offensive tank. So add to that all the extra strength and all the boosts. He's going to do his job even better. Rose Knight, because it's just Rose Knight. You're not really going to use her for damage, but her doing more damage never hurts anybody. And then of course the king of the week, I would say, is Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is probably going to be in every single team. So you're either going to have to find a way to counteract Demon Slayer or make yours better than the other, essentially. Because there's going to be a lot of Demon Slayer versus Demon Slayer type matchups. Shade is probably one that you won't see as much. But if used correctly, and remember, I have a Shade hero review on the channel. So if you want to know how to use Shade correctly, check out that video. If he's used correctly, he can also be deadly. And last but not least, Meister, because first of all, when I saw Meister getting the boost, I was like, how the hell does he actually get these boosts? Isn't it sword wielding? I'm pretty sure he had a gun, but on second look, when you actually take a look at Meister, I probably just overlooked this. He has like a sword welded onto his end of the gun or cannon or whatever that is. So I guess technically that's a sword, but let's be honest, it's more like a gun. But I can see why they would actually list them as sword wielding, quote unquote. But yeah, so with all of that being said, this is the team that I am currently running on defense. There's a couple of reasons why. First of all, Don Guapo, as you guys probably already know, is more of a offensive oriented tank. So I'm going to be using him along with Meister to attack more of the back line. Rose Knight is there for the shields, the heals, the tanking. The Rose Knight, best hero in the game in my opinion. And then here's where I kind of changed things up. I went with Twilight Priestess. Now, if you don't have Twilight Priestess, it's not like do or die or anything like that. It's just my preference at the moment. The reason for that is because Twilight Priestess pretty much directly counters Demon Slayer. And what did I say earlier that you're going to see a lot of? Demon Slayers. So if I'm going to be using Lore Weaver and I don't want my Lore Weaver to die 2 seconds into the match, I use a Twilight Priestess, and even though the Demon Slayer might still take out my Lore Weaver, she still has a much better chance to last with a Twilight Priestess. And I actually have a video here to show you what I'm talking about with Twilight Priestess. So the only thing that I want you guys to take a look at here is the interaction between Twilight Priestess and the Demon Slayer, alright? So take a look at what my Twilight Priestess does compared to that Demon Slayer. Jumps over to him, stops his jump momentarily, and even if he does jump, which he will do because he's going to get the heal, he jumps, right? Twilight Priestess, boom, follows him and takes him out. Twilight Priestess was pretty much headhunting Demon Slayer on that one. So because I know that I'm going to be getting hit with Demon Slayer a lot, Twilight Priestess is like my defensive type of go-to at the moment. But of course, it doesn't mean like she's the best hero to use or anything like that. I'm just choosing, for defense, I'm choosing a more defensive team, if you will. But let's say you didn't have any of this, right? And you just have like a free-to-play lineup. Honestly, something along the lines of, let's see, I would probably use Death Knight, Rose Knight combo. And then something along the lines like this would be pretty good. Also, one thing that I have noticed is that when Demon Slayers and Assassins in generals are boosted, a lot of people tend to not want to go healers because they get taken out in half a second. So let's say you take out Prima Donna, then what I would suggest is using the Tracker Demon Slayer combo. Along with that, even though you have no heals, remember that Death Knight is going to be the one that's taking the brunt of the damage up front. And even if he does die, which he will come back and do massive damage after he's dead. So if you want to go like a more offensive-oriented team, this is probably the go-to. If you don't have a decent Boom Meister, let's say he's like gray or green or something, and maybe he's just not doing enough damage for you, then at that point, I would probably take him out for a healer. So something like this would probably be what I would suggest. But let's go ahead and give a few of these a try. So Don Guapo, Demon Slayer. So I'm seeing a lot of offense here. So I actually want to try out the defensive team that I just had listed. Just to see how it's going to fare. So again, I'm gonna be banking on Twilight Priestess protecting my Lore Weaver for a little bit more than 2 seconds, you know. And if it's just Don Guapo attacking the Lore Weaver for a bit, she should be able to survive. Once the Demon Slayer jumps over, it might take out the Lore Weaver, but at that point, I'm kind of banking on my damage to be more than enough. But let's see it in action. Let's see it in action. Because at this point, I'm also testing out lineups myself just to see what's going to work better than everything. Alright, so let's see. I don't like this view much. Let me go ahead and go to the regular view. Alright, so again, she's stopping the... she is still stopping the... Oh, there goes my Lore Weaver. Now, here's the good thing. If my Priestess dies in the other side, she is going to detonate and do some damage pretty soon here, which hopefully matters. It hasn't mattered yet, which is not great. When is her damage gonna go off? I think it should have gone off pretty soon, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna have the damage. Yeah, and then the heal goes off. Yeah, so that one against that team wasn't very good. And I honestly think it was because of Don Guapo. The Don Guapo might have thrown things off. So what can I do to counteract Don Guapo? I actually want to face the same guy again. What was his name? Duden. Let's see. Okay, that was harder than it should have been to actually find him again. Alright, so with that being said, what do I want to do? I actually am thinking of going Demon Slayer myself to target that Lore Weaver. Because if I think that the Lore Weaver should go down to my own Demon Slayer in Don Guapo, and then I'll take my chances with my Lore Weaver survivability. So Twilight Priestess is still doing the job. The Lore Weaver just survived. Oh baby, that's not good. Okay, so both Lore Weavers are now dead, and now essentially it's just a DPS battle. That's really what it's gonna come down to. It's just a DPS battle. Who's gonna win the battle of the DPS, essentially? Okay, it looks like we have the advantage because now Twilight Priestess died. That was not what I wanted to see. Oh, okay. It looks like we... Damn, this is close. This is real close. I don't like how close this is. We should win though because my Rose Knight is pretty much full health and it's gonna get her ulti right here. Yeah. Does she have enough damage to take out the Don Guapo though? As long as he doesn't heal for too much. Of course he dodges. This is going to come down to the wire. I have a good heal though, so there it is. Whoo! Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. So Twilight Princess actually did her job decent. It kind of sucked that she died on my side of the field, but it is what it is. Here we go. This is a pretty much all offensive team. So I'm going to go back to my original design. And on this one, I'm going to go back to him. because his interrupts is going to be good. I am banking on my Twilight Priestess to take care of the Demon Slayer once again. But this is actually another decent team if you want to go all offense. If you don't want to go Boom Meister, of course my cats are making stuff fall. If you don't have a decent Boom Meister, then Trickster is actually not a bad idea. So that's definitely a viable. Their Demon Slayer just died, so and my team it's got pretty good health. So I think this is pretty much over. Once I get a decent heal off on my Don Guapo, it's pretty much GG. See, that's the bad thing about going all offense. It's such a big gamble when you don't have a healer, because if a proc or two don't go your way, you're just automatically losing. But I guess that's Colosseum in general. It's just if a proc or two don't go your way, then you're just gonna lose. So yeah. All right, let's do one more, or maybe two. Ooh, actually, you know what? This team, a lot of free-to-play people say that they have issues with this team. So I kind of want to try and see if a free-to-play team actually has a chance against this. So let's go with something like this. I'm really gambling with my Prima Donna because I think Demon Slayer will take her out way too quick. If this doesn't work, like with the Prima Donna, then we'll go like full free-to-play team and see how, with no healer, and see how that goes. But for now, let's try this out just to see. Because I know a lot of people have issues with this team, especially on the free-to-play side. So let's take a look. The Demon Slayer actually jumped over to the Rose Knight. That's actually really interesting. Huh. Oh my god, their Lord Weaver's still not dead. What do I have to do to take her out? Get my heal, get my heal, get my heal, get my heal. There goes their Lord Weaver again. Man, that girl is not going down. Yo. Okay. Go ahead, Demon Slayer. Take her out. Oh, yeah. Oh, my healer's about to go down too, though. God. Alright. I have the advantage of having Death Knight being able to revive and come back, but ooh, that advantage is not looking too hot right now because I just need one proc. If I can just get him to proc, oof, not good. Okay. So it's down to Tracker versus Death Knight. Yes. Okay, so that actually worked. Definitely not comfortable victory. For sure not a comfortable victory. But that wasn't bad. Is this the same thing? It's not, but I actually want to try. I want to try Shade. I want to see how I can best utilize Shade. And honestly, this is not it. It has to be like this. Yeah, so I don't want him. How can I best utilize Shade? Honestly, this is probably not going to be very good, to be honest. But an all-offensive team like this, it's a gamble. Because if I don't take out that Petite Devil before she procs, I'm dead. Like, I would just straight up be dead. But I want to give it a shot. Just before we go, I just want to give it a shot. I want to see what Shade has. Yeah, if we don't take out that Petite Devil though, it's gonna be GG's early on, like really early on. Shade is gonna go to the Demon Slayer, which is actually really good. Ooh, nice okay, well, Petite Devil proc, that's GG. Good try, everybody. Actually, hold on, yo, that Shade proc was that was some good damage. We get a one shot on. Okay, well, now things are unraveling, unfortunately. But yo, that Shade proc. Shade did work. Okay, Ninja Turtle. Okay, Shredder. So these are some of the teams that you can expect to have used on you. Again, Demon Slayer is going to be the focal point. I think pretty much everybody that I attacked had a Demon Slayer. So the main thing you want to do this week is find a way to exploit Demon Slayer. Whether that's a Witch Stall, Grove Guardian combo, etc., etc. Go for what you see is working for you against a Demon Slayer. Because that's all you're going to see this week. So yeah, what's next week, by the way? Ball wielding or maniacs? Ooh, another not so hot week next week for healers. So we shall see. But yeah, like I said, tune into the stream at 9 p.m. Eastern, which should definitely, it'll probably be going up minutes after this video goes up. So come check it out for some gem giveaways. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.